term.
And these guys aren't really putting it all together to where, and you know, and as of right now, it's like that window, this generation. I mean, like, who's gonna really like I was saying about a lot of these guys, they haven't invested in the character, and if they were to now, it'd be fake. And the reason why they haven't been able to invest in what would have been their natural character in throughout their career is because they've limited themselves by having a lot of life on the side.
And not wanting to
even if
piss people off,
what?
and
They're
afraid of the
say,
reaction.
Well, well, that's just by chance because you grew up in Stockton and there is no life on the side there. It's not easy to settle when there's nothing to settle for. You know what I mean? So you don't, and that's that's kind of a sad thing. I mean, I think about it. I'm like, that's what it is. I'm like, I'm grateful for it. I mean, you want to say like, man, I would hate where I live or I hate I actually still want to live there. I mean,
same here, man.
I haven't been home this whole year. I've gotten all kinds of shit done. I made a whole shit ton of money outside of fighting. But I mean, I want to go home. I would like to go home. I would like to go home, teach class, train, get out on a swim, go on a ride, you know.
Well, we have an album. Our first album is called "Satisfaction Is the Death of Desire," and I got that from a Muhammad Ali interview where he's like, if I didn't have this desire to get out of the hood, to get out of a bad situation, I wouldn't have done it.
Right. So I can't. I at the same time was like, I can't blame people for indulging in a nice wife and a nice life with kids and all these happy things in a white picket fence. That's what I want too. But unfortunately, I don't get to fucking go there until I whoop your ass.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't get to do that. And I'm not going. I mean, like, there's been times where I'm like thinking like I'm going in the wrong direction like that. Like maybe you get your girlfriend knocked up or something, but you don't know. But you're like, oh shit. Like I'm like, you know, going like, what am I gonna do? Like I quit. If I had a kid right now, if I right now had a kid coming, it wouldn't change things for me, and I would go like, oh, now I really have to take this serious and go for it. I'd be like, no, now it's over. I'm done. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not fighting, like, and having people depend on me. Like I don't like that sort of support. Like my parents, I don't talk to them. I don't even talk to them. I love my mom and dad, but I don't fucking see them. I don't talk to them.
Right, you're not paying their mortgage or something.
I don't fucking talk to them. I like to help out if I can. I don't talk to them because they know what I do. They want to know about it. They get in my business, and it doesn't enhance my sense of security. Yeah. And I don't think it enhances theirs either, so I stay the fuck out.
That was a great thing you said on Opie, like when you said about just making your circle smaller. I had to do that in the music business.
I didn't know how. I had to listen, like, when let me tell you, let me just try to paint a picture for you. I was going to Las Vegas. I take one of my
your entourage.
My best
must
friend.
Have been legendary.
No, because I need to be in Vegas for I forget whatever reason. I'm throwing a show. called War. This lawyer.
Oh yeah, you promoted
this lawyer, Jonathan Tweedale's talking me into throwing a show. We should throw a show. I'm like, okay, is this gonna make money? I still don't know what kind of money I had made or lost on that thing, but like, you know, I'm trying to get this guy to paint a picture for me. We're throwing a show. I'm using my triathlon coach, Damian Gonzalez, to help throw it, and then we go to Vegas. Right? I've got my friend I just started drinking. I didn't drink my whole 20s. Did not have one fucking drink.
Wow.
Yeah, it didn't sit right with me when I was back. Like, you know, when I started training, I like go out and try to have some drinks. It'd always kill my game, or I ended up sick after 2 drinks, and I wouldn't get drunk. It just didn't sit right with me. So I was, you know, I don't have time to fool around with this. I just knocked it off, and I didn't have any temptation to want to drink. I was like, drinking's bad for you. It makes me feel like shit. Yeah. I have to train tomorrow.
Yeah.
So and I have a fight coming up always. So I didn't drink till I met Rhonda. Ronda Rousey came to my house and she was like, motherfucker, you need to loosen up.
Right.
She was like, she put a bottle of tequila in front of me, boom, slid it over on the table. She's like, time for you to have a shot. I'm like, oh, all right, I'll get drunk with you. So,
she's a bad influence.
Oh yeah, no, she's great. I mean, who the fuck doesn't drink in their 20s? Like, come on. And
well, yeah, that
me, I didn't drink my whole
20s.
I was 30 by this time. No,
that's
I was 29.
Really disciplined.
I was 29. Yeah, but there's no temptation when there's no understanding. You see what I mean? So I had fight. There's basically, I don't want to get drunk and get punched tomorrow. I want to go not get drunk and get punched tomorrow. That'll probably be better. So it's just simple. You know, I didn't drink. People don't understand. I'm like, I'm like, look, when I say 3 to 5 fights a fucking year, I mean it. Yeah. I mean 3 to 5 fucking baddest motherfuckers that you've ever heard of in your life that will beat you to the fucking ground. You're going to fight them in 3 fucking months. And guess what that is? That's 2 weeks to get in shape for the next 2 weeks so that you can be in shape for the next month. 1 fucking month. That's all you have. That's 4 fucking weeks. If the 2 weeks of sparring doesn't go good and training doesn't go good, your next 2 weeks ain't gonna go good. So you have to pyramid all the way up with that month, and then all you have now is a little bit of time to polish before you have 2 fucking weeks of media and bullshit and weight cut. So now it's weight cut. So it's not 3 months.
Right.
It's a preparation. It's a preparation month
that you fought.
It's a preparation month for a really hard, fucked up, hardcore month. For 2 last weeks is all you got. Then you have media, press, and weight. You're done. So like you don't have time to fuck around.
When you see these guys
if
that
you're
have like
fighting me, you don't have time to. I will fucking beat your fucking ass in front of your whole life. You don't have time to fuck around.
When you see these guys that have these padded records that are like that haven't gone through the murderer's row of guys that you've gone through. Does it make you wish?
Yeah, it makes me go like, fuck, man, George, you fought like fucking recycled 2 fucking guys who I would have always beat. Yeah, Josh Koscheck and Fitch.
Yeah.
And he recycled these fucking 2 guys twice. He fought both of them twice. They're like, how many times did George win a title or fight for the title and hold it? Like 7 times or something?
Yeah.
Well, just scratch 4 of those. I don't know. Scratch 4 of them.
Shields is getting that fight on New Year's.
And then Shields beat him. Shields beat the fuck out of him. He was all fucked up. I'm like, you don't give it. Oh, you got 1 takedown on Shields, didn't even try to hold it, so you won the fight? Get the fuck out of here. You lost. If I was George, I'd be like, yeah, I didn't win this fight.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't win this fight. Like, I'll say right now, like, the fight that I don't feel like I won, but I did win, though. I won on damage. Like, I fought Diego Sanchez. He hit me up. How many stitches you get, motherfucker? I was like, he's like, I got 17. I was like, yeah, you have more stitches than I got. So, like, I'm like, I won that fucking fight. And I had him in an arm bar at the end of the fight, just like Joe Riggs. He was done. I had that fucking arm lock. I don't lose it. I don't. When I get that, it's like your fucking grandmother falls off a cliff if you lose this arm lock. You're not fucking letting go. It's not going to happen, you know? So once I turned that arm lock into a Ronda Rousey, it was done. And I was at the end of the round on a Joe Rigg fight, and at the end of the round, 2 fights I lost. I keep stacking up losses on my record. I won every fucking fight I lost. I won the fight I was fighting. The 1 fight I lost, I did not know what I was looking at. I fought 2 times that night, 3 times. What MMA fighter in the UFC right now has ever fought 3 times in one night? Me. And I got the fucking shit smashed out of me. In the last fight of that night, 2 really good fights. I come out not even having no clue what I'm looking at. My stance is all whack. I'm doing karate out there.
Because that was a tournament.
This fucker just tightens up with his elbows in and just pow, cracks me with a jab. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck was that? I'm on the floor. You know what I mean? I'm fucking back up. Bam, I'm back down. I'm like, fuck. And then I'm in the ropes. I'm like kicking the ropes, and they stop the fight on me. I'm like, I'm not unconscious, but I'm like, whoa, I'm fucking fucked up. So that was hard to deal with. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? I'm better than this guy. So I fight him twice, and I beat him twice after that. From then on, I know what I'm looking at, and I spar pro boxers. And I know what I'm looking at. I want to be a pro boxer, like at least the equivalent. So what do? I find the best fucking boxer in the world at CYC. My got a good coach. Took me. He's like, we're going to take you to get your ass beat today over here by fucking Andre Ward. He's a year younger than you. Trying out for the Olympic team. And then, for the next, 6, 7, 8 years or whatever, I'm in and out of the gym sparring this guy and other pros that sparred this guy too, and other pros and other boxing community, and a real level of understanding when it comes to the boxing community. Do you have any like any of these MMA fighters that are out there? None of them are boxing fans. None of them have actually seen fights. They haven't seen the fights I've seen. They don't know the trainers and the way they talk, the lingo. There's nothing. They have nothing. They have no understanding. McGregor is going down that road. Why? Because my brother beat the fuck out of him. My brother beat the fuck out of him on 13 days fucking notice. Fucking dropped the 1-2 right on top of that bullshit, and he's a counter puncher. My brother doesn't really understand that to the fullest. Like I don't want to say he's behind on understanding. I mean, like I get in there and spar with him. I fucking, it's like I don't even spar with him.
You must have been freaking out in the second fight. Were
I'm
you
just
pacing,
I'm
going nuts?
I don't want to say he doesn't understand. He does understand. I'm just going I want to say oh, I would have done this. It's easier said.
Right.
It's easy
Monday
to say
morning.
I'm just like, this guy's a counterpuncher. Don't throw any punches at him. I'm sitting in the fucking room. I'm not in the corner. If I'm in the corner, I think he would hear what I'm saying. He'd be like, oh, I'm stupid. Okay, do this. But I'm not in the corner. I can't do anything to change the outcome of this fight. I'm watching the fight around a bunch of fucking bunch of just
yuppies or what?
Yeah, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say
why
that.
yuppie's not a bad
I'm trying
term,
to become
right?
one of them. I don't know. So yeah. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? Why would you do that? I'm like just like freaking out.
You're
like,
seeing different angles, and you would have, if you were in the corner,
if I was
you
in
would
the
have.
fight, I think that like I just there's certain do's and don'ts, and he just slipped up a little bit first round. I mean, in my opinion, it didn't cost him the fight because he won the fight that I would have wanted to fight. I mean, if I could have chose either guy that I would want to be after the fight, win or lose, money or whatnot, I'm like, I don't want to be McGregor. I don't want to live with myself the rest of life knowing that I went out there and that's how it went. My brother, yeah, he took a shot, went down. I don't think he was hurt. I think when you're
baiting him into a ground situation,
when you're footed, or when you're the way you're standing, if someone times the punch right, you can't take a step back. And when you do get hit, and it is like it turns you all the way around. You don't want to turn back into more punches. You sit your fucking ass on the ground. But you know what? That's a death sentence for anybody who doesn't work as hard and have an understanding of where they're at on the ground or on bottom. If I get hit, I'm sitting on my ass. And you come in to attack me and you fuck up, you're going to end up, I'll have the blindfold on, I'll put you in a fucking choke, or you end up in a bad position on this whole thing get turned around. That's why when he did land the punches, he didn't try to jump in. He's like, come on, get back up. I'm going to do that again. And then that's when your opponent starts to worry and freak out, and the crowd starts to fuck with you too. And like, now it's working for this guy. He's making it work. Fuck that. Fuck that. That's not. I've already put. I already think way ahead of all this shit. My brother has got a lot going on in life. First time he ever had a big show. First time he's ever been on a big press conference. He's the big. You got McGregor's already ready. He's already like. Just sitting there with this stupid outfit. That's what I'm saying. You know why I didn't make it to my press conference? I didn't even have the right shit to wear. The press conference, I got pulled out. I scored this deal because I was going to fight Jeff Lacey. Pro boxing.
Right,
They're like, you're dead. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm going to fucking beat his ass. Watch. And
that would be
they
huge.
So they give me the fight with George St. Pierre, and then I don't show up to the press conference, so they pull it, and I have to fight two fucking guys before I get the fight back.